Steve Tolin with Squib FX. Today I'm going to show you how to use one of our Ronin rigs to create a simulated stab wound to the leg. Okay, so a couple of things you're going to need to make that happen, of course, are the Ronin rig. The principle of this rig is that we're using air that travels through this to create an air pocket at the top of this rig, this reservoir, which is totally full of blood, and push the blood out of the rig, out through this hose, and through a spray fitting. This is the spray fitting that we're using for this stab wound. Here's some Velcro that we're going to use to attach this spray nozzle to the actor's clothing. And we also have a couple of different trigger mechanisms for this particular version of the Ronin. We've got a hardwired trigger, which is how it normally comes, that jacks into the rig and fires with a hardwired trigger. We have another that is a RC unit that plugs in the same way, but then is fired with a remote detonator. So that's pretty awesome. We've got some threaded CO2 cylinders that are the air supply for the rig, and they just screw in like this. That's why they're threaded. You'll need a flathead screwdriver to use any of these hose clamps. And then we have a holster to hold the rig onto the actor's body. Blood to fill the reservoir full. This one's called the Ronin because we use 47 ounces of blood to fill it up with, and a funnel to fit into the end of your rig like so. You'll also need some kind of prop knife to stab someone in the leg with. So let's put this on someone. Okay, so as we have so many times before, we're going to use Kyle as our subject. And the first thing that we're going to do, like so many of our rigs, is put this back brace on it. So you have your actor face away from you, and you put the Velcro that's on the small of his back to hold the holster on, and have him pull that as tight as he is comfortable. Right, and turn around, Kyle. And so what you see, keep going, right? This is the Velcro that our rig will stick to. And so turn a little bit this way, and then have your actor lean back into you, lean back towards me, and I'm rotating it like clockwise and counterclockwise to really dig that Velcro in. There we go. All right, you can stand straight up. Great. And then you can give this tube to your performer, and this will hold lots of weight. That's not going anywhere. I pre-set this CO2 cylinder, but it's not screwed all the way in. Next piece of this puzzle is going to be to attach the RC unit. Attaches like so. If you want, you can wrap a couple of lines of tape around that, electrical tape or whatever. I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm not worried about it. And we'll put this somewhere incognito. Oh, great. Yep, right in Kyle's back pocket. Perfect. And it does have some Velcro on it if you wanted to Velcro it in some way. We'll put this in the pockets. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to fill this up with blood. Here's how we do that. We're going to disconnect it from this side so that I can fill up this tube with blood, and it'll raise up, and I can control the height of where it is in here by the volume of or the height of the blood in this tube. And so I can make sure that it doesn't squirt out of here by making sure that I keep this low enough. That'll make sense. Just can take a few steps backwards. And if you hold that, great. Put a funnel in there. And the reason that we have disconnected this is so that air can now flow out of the tank. Otherwise, you would create an air bubble in here, and the blood would stop flowing into the tube. Okay, so we're going to be placing this piece right here on Kyle's shorts here. So we're going to put this on the inside, facing this direction. We're going to peel the Velcro off it. Or peel the paper off of the Velcro out here. And lay this just on the inside. So here's what we've got. We just Velcro that to the inside here. Alright, so we'll just make a little slit in those pants here. You can exaggerate the size of the knife, I think, because no one's really going to notice that there's a slit there if it hangs out a little bit below the edge of the t-shirt. inside then, what we've got is a nozzle going that way. We're just going to lay it right across like this. Great, and so with this hose, what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to wrap it all the way around the top. So I get underneath the CO2, such that the level of blood is still below the level here. This is where the blood comes up to. So there's no chance of any blood coming out of this hose prematurely. So now we can connect him here. I'm going to just tighten down this hose clamp. Lift up the arm. Get a little closer, Jerry. And then we're just going to tighten down this hose clamp here. All right, so now we are going to screw this CO2 cylinder in. And right now the air, if any air came out of here, it would just flow straight up out of here, not into the tank, so we're not worried about blood spraying early. But we do want to see if the unit fires. Transfer it back. Press the button. We got air flowing, so that's awesome. Now, set this somewhere where you're not going to accidentally press it. And that goes in the top. Now, there's a moment here where the blood is going to take a second to get to this nozzle. So, the actor needs to, turn around for me, needs to, after he stabs himself, needs to be able to play that moment out for a little while until the blood starts flowing before he pulls the knife away. The knife needs to be there to cover the fact that no blood is flowing in. And then so over top of all this rigging, just a loose fitting button up is enough. You could use a hoodie or anything you want to help cover. But you can see even with something like this that you get away with a lot. So it pops and pops, pops and pops. Make sure you're getting the floor there, Jerry. Walk around, fine. Don't kill yourself. Are you okay?
Does this look infected?